The story of the cicada is one of nature's most incredible tales, and it begins in a way you might not expect. It all starts high up in the branches of a tree. A female cicada uses a special sharp part of her body, called an ovipositor, to carefully carve a small slit into a twig. Inside this protected space, she lays hundreds of tiny eggs, each no bigger than a grain of rice. This is where their long journey starts, hidden from the world. Once these eggs hatch, the real adventure begins for the tiny creatures that emerge. They are called nymphs, and they are so small and delicate. These newborn nymphs don't stay in the trees for long. Their first and most important mission is to get to the safety of the ground below. They bravely drop from the branches, tumbling down to the soil. As soon as they land, they use their strong front legs to start digging. They burrow deep into the earth, disappearing from sight for years. Down in the darkness, they find a tree root, and begin their long, slow life underground. Their only food is the sap they sip from these roots, which gives them the energy they need to grow. This subterranean world is their home, a hidden kingdom where they will spend almost their entire lives. Life underground is a patient one. The nymphs grow very slowly, and as they get bigger, they need to shed their skin, a process called molting. They do this several times, each time emerging a little larger than before. This long period of waiting can last for just a few years for some species, but for others, it can be an astonishing 13 or even 17 years. Imagine spending over a decade underground just waiting for the right moment. They are protected from the dangers of the world above, like predators and harsh weather, while they slowly prepare for their grand finale. During their time in the dark, these nymphs are not completely alone. Scientists believe they might communicate with each other through vibrations in the soil, forming a kind of underground community. They live a life of slow development, conserving their energy, and developing a hardy exoskeleton that protects them from the pressure of the earth around them. This long hidden phase is the secret to their survival. They are building up strength and numbers for the day they will all emerge together. A strategy that has worked for millions of years. It's an amazing example of patience and preparation in the animal kingdom. After years of silent waiting deep underground, a mysterious signal tells the cicada nymphs that it's time. The main trigger for this incredible event is temperature. When the soil, about 8 inches deep, warms up to a perfect 64 degrees Fahrenheit, or 18 degrees Celsius, the nymphs know their moment has arrived. They begin to tunnel their way up towards the surface, all at once. Millions, sometimes even billions of these creatures emerge from the ground under the cover of darkness, creating a truly spectacular natural phenomenon. It's a synchronized event, a massive, coordinated climb towards the next stage of their lives. Once they are out of the ground, the nymphs have one final task to complete. They crawl up the nearest vertical surface they can find, whether it's a tree trunk, a fence post, or even the side of a house. There, they anchor themselves firmly and begin their final molt. Their old brown nymph skin splits open down the back, and a new, winged adult cicada slowly pulls itself free. At first, they are soft and pale with crumpled wings. They have to wait for a few hours for their bodies to harden and their wings to expand and dry before they can fly. It's a vulnerable time, but it's the magical transformation into their adult form. This mass emergence is a brilliant survival strategy called predator satiation. By coming out in such overwhelming numbers, the cicadas ensure that predators like birds, squirrels, raccoons, and even fish can eat as many as they want, but there will still be millions left to mate and continue the species. Its safety in numbers on an epic scale. The world above ground is suddenly filled with a feast for every animal that can catch them. This sudden abundance of food is a huge boost for the entire ecosystem, providing a vital source of protein for countless predators and their young. The air soon fills with the sound that cicadas are famous for. This loud, buzzing chorus is produced only by the males. They have special structures on their abdomens called tymbals, which are like tiny drums. By rapidly flexing muscles to vibrate these tymbals, they create a powerful sound that can reach over 100 decibels, as loud as a lawnmower. Each species has its own unique song, and the males sing together to attract females. This symphony is the sound of survival, a call to find a mate and ensure the next generation of cicadas will begin their own long journey underground. Not all cicadas follow the same dramatic long-term life cycle. There are over 3,000 different species of cicadas found all around the world, and they can be broadly grouped into two main types: annual cicadas and periodical cicadas. The ones you might hear buzzing every summer are the annual cicadas. They are often called dog day cicadas because they appear during the hot, late summer months. These cicadas are typically larger, with green or brown bodies and dark eyes. They appear every single year, making them a familiar part of the summer soundscape in many places. Even though we see annual cicadas every year, their individual life cycles are not just 1 year long. An individual annual cicada nymph actually spends between 2 to 5 years living underground before it emerges. However, their life cycles are staggered. This means that every single year, a different group of them matures and comes out of the ground. So, while the species appears annually, no single cicada completes its entire life in just 1 year. Their emergence is not synchronized into one massive event, so they appear in much smaller numbers compared to their periodical cousins. The other type, the periodical cicadas, are the ones famous for their mass emergences. These cicadas are truly unique, with life cycles of either 13 or 17 years. These are prime numbers, which scientists believe helps prevent predators from syncing their own population cycles with the cicada's emergence. Periodical cicadas are generally smaller than annual ones and have very distinct features: black bodies, bright red eyes, and orange-veined wings. When their time comes, they emerge in enormous groups called broods, with millions of individuals appearing all at once in a specific geographic area. These massive broods of periodical cicadas create a natural spectacle that is almost unbelievable. For a few short weeks, the trees and ground are covered with them, and the air is filled with their deafening mating calls. This strategy of overwhelming predators with sheer numbers is what makes them so successful. After they have mated and the females have laid their eggs, the adult cicadas die off, and the forest floor becomes littered with their bodies. This cycle of life, death, and rebirth is one of the most amazing and predictable events in the natural world, a true wonder of insect biology. When millions of cicadas die after their short time as adults, it might seem like the end of the story, but it's actually a new beginning for the ecosystem. Their bodies decompose and release a huge amount of nutrients, especially nitrogen, back into the soil. This massive nutrient boost acts like a natural fertilizer, enriching the forest floor and helping trees and other plants grow stronger and healthier in the following years. So, even in death, cicadas play a vital role in supporting the health of their forest homes. They give back to the very trees that sustained them as nymphs. Cicadas also help the environment while they are still alive. When the nymphs by the millions tunnel their way to the surface, they create a network of tiny holes throughout the soil. This process, called soil aeration, is incredibly beneficial. These tunnels allow air and water to penetrate deeper into the ground, which improves soil structure and helps tree roots get the resources they need to thrive. In a way, the cicadas act as tiny, natural plows, tilling the soil and making the entire forest healthier from the ground up. They are unsung heroes of soil health, working silently beneath our feet for years. However, these amazing insects face growing threats. Climate change is a major concern. The cicada's emergence is timed by soil temperature, and as global temperatures rise, their internal clocks can get confused. We are already seeing some periodical broods emerging a few years earlier than expected. This can disrupt their predator satiation strategy, because if they don't all emerge at once, they become much more vulnerable. Environmental changes and habitat loss also threaten the trees they depend on for food and for laying their eggs, putting their long-term survival at risk. The secret life of the cicada is a powerful reminder of how interconnected and delicate nature is. From their long, hidden life underground to their spectacular, noisy emergence, they are more than just loud summer bugs. They are a vital food source, natural soil aerators, and a source of essential nutrients for the forests they inhabit. They demonstrate an incredible strategy for survival that has been perfected over millions of years. Understanding and protecting these creatures is crucial, as their symphony is a sign of a healthy and thriving ecosystem. They are a true marvel of the natural world, and their story is one we should all appreciate.